everyone, my name is Aarti and you're watching HW News. Brawls, punches and peeing. In the last few days, India's aviation scene and especially Indian flyers have been in the news, but not for any good reason. The incidents in fact raised questions over air safety and passenger behavior. Now there is one more incident that has come to light in which a passenger unlocked emergency door of the plane when the plane was ready to take off. This led to panic and the flight was delayed for almost 2 hours. This incident happened almost a month back, but it is only coming to light now. But apart from the air safety norms violation, this incident has sparked widespread debate and outrage because of who did it. According to some reports, the passenger who opened the emergency exit door on the flight was BJP MP from Bengaluru South Tejasvi Surya. Since yesterday, there have been a lot of versions of the story floating around and thus a lot of confusion too. So why not unpack what we know so far about this entire incident, and then we will also talk about the questions that are arising out of this incident. To know some answers, I have also spoken to aviation expert Mr. Mohan Ranganathan. Now, before getting into the story, I would like to request you all, if you are watching this video on YouTube, please make sure you subscribe to our channel, you like this video and you comment below it. If you are watching on Facebook, then please follow our page. Now, you can also access our articles, videos and live TV on our app. So, if you haven't already, download HW News Network app on your Android Play Store now. Date 10th of December 2022. Airline IndiGo. Flight 6E7339. This flight from Chennai to Trichy was supposed to take off at 10:05 in the morning but could not for about 2 hours. This is because a passenger on board accidentally pulled down the lever and unlocked the emergency exit door. This triggered scare and panic among other passengers on board the flight. However, the incident went unreported for almost a month, even though the DGCA rules specify that it is mandatory to report such disruptive behavior or incidents happening in flight immediately. Now, there are allegations that the incident was suppressed or rather buried because the passenger in question here is a high-profile politician, MP from South Bengaluru Tejasvi Surya. So, what exactly happened on board that flight? Let us discuss that first. There are two versions of it reported by two different news outlets. However, more or less the versions are similar. A News 18 report by Rohini Swami says that on 10th of December 2022, BJP MP Tejasvi Surya and Tamil Nadu BJP President Kannamalai were flying from Chennai to Trichy. They were on board IndiGo aircraft 7339 ATR. The MP was seated at the front near the emergency exit door. When an air hostess was giving them safety instruction, he interrupted her and told her that the emergency door had been inadvertently opened. As soon as he reported the incident, the air hostess then began to take safety precautions needed to be taken in such cases. After a while, Tejasvi Surya stood up and apologized to the passengers because of the delay being caused. The delay happened as the aircraft went under safety protocols and pressurization checks again before flying. This caused delay of almost about 142 minutes. The BJP leader, quotes in the report, emphasized that the incident took place unknowingly. Now, ATR is a small aircraft and the emergency door is at the front. Unlike other seats beside emergency door in ATR do not have an armrest. Surya was lightly resting his hand on the door and immediately he informed that the door may have slightly opened. But this is just one version of it. Now there is another report over this incident by South First Anusha Ravi Sood. This report quotes a passenger who was on board that flight and sat on the aisle seat nearby the two BJP leaders. The report, quoting the co-flyer, says that Chennai to Trichy flight was already delayed by 40 minutes as Chennai airport was witnessing heavy traffic following the impact of Cyclone Mandis the previous day. The ATR was a packed flight with around 70 passengers. Once all the passengers had been boarded, BJP Tamil Nadu President Kannamalai and BJP MP Tejasvi Surya entered the aircraft. They sat on the first row emergency exit seats on the right. The cabin crew then gave them a special briefing which is only meant for the emergency row. After this briefing, the two started talking to each other and in a quick moment, MP Tejasvi Surya placed his hand on the lever as if holding a gripping handle of a car and pulled it down. That is what the co-flyer quotes in this report. The emergency exit door then came undone. Now, one important point in this report is the passenger quoted said that this happened when the aircraft was already taxiing towards the runway, which means that it was in motion. After the emergency exit was unlocked, all the passengers were deplaned. They were shifted to a bus on the tarmac while security personnel and airline's technical team checked the aircraft. Passengers had to wait in the bus for nearly 2 hours. It was in the bus that MP Tejasvi Surya wrote an apology letter to the airline. On the insistence of BJP Tamil Nadu chief K. Kannamalai, he even apologized to all the passengers stranded there. Now, the first and obvious question here is, being such a high-profile politician involved, how did the news only come out now, after almost 1 month? But this incident was first tweeted about by DMK Minister Senthil Balaji on December 29th. It largely went unnoticed. His tweet said, on December 10th, the Photoshop party's state president as well as the youth wing's national president irresponsibly opened the emergency exit in a flight. As per the rule, all the passengers were deboarded for checks. The safety of the passengers was compromised by this. The flight was delayed by 3 hours, and since their clan is habituated to writing apology letters, on that day, a letter was written and given. Why has the news media not taken it up? ANI had also reported this matter. However, names of the passenger was not revealed in this case. Now, what was the response from the airline and from the DGCA? Well, IndiGo issued a statement only after the news naming Tejasvi Surya came out. In the statement, it said, the passenger immediately apologized for their action. As per the SOPs, the incident was logged and the aircraft underwent mandatory engineering check, which led to a delay in the flight's departure. It has, however, not named the passenger. The DGCA also took note of it, but only after the reports came out. DGCA in a statement said, on December 10th, the passenger opened the emergency door, creating a scare among the passengers. In IndiGo 6E flight 7339 from Chennai to Trichy, the flight took off after pressurization checks soon after. DGCA has ordered a probe into the matter. Now, both the airlines and the DGCA have acknowledged that this incident took place, but they have not named the passenger. Incidentally, Civil Aviation Minister Jyotiradityascindia, talking to reporters today, sort of seemed defending his party colleague, who said that it happened by mistake and Surya apologized for it. Now, what are the questions arising out of this? Number one, and this is the most prominent one. Can the emergency door of an aircraft open if you just put your arms on it? Is it really possible? Well, the answer is in this video. I am giving you the link of this video. It is made by ATR for safety and training purpose. According to this, only if you pull down the lever, the door opens. We also spoke to aviation expert Mr. Mohan Ranganathan, who was pilot himself for several years.
Handle for the emergency window is on top. It is nowhere near your armrest. So if you rest your hand on the window, it's nowhere near the handle. Handle is right on top. And the handle doesn't come down. You got to pull it. In fact, it's quite a firm strength required to pull it down, and the whole window will fall. For him to say that it moved slightly because he was resting his hand, it's a total lie, and they think that everybody will buy that. And it must have happened before the engines were started, because once the aircraft engines are started and they start pressurizing, the pressure switch will prevent any unlocking.
Now, question number two. If such cases happen, what is the next course of action that the crew has to take? According to DGCA rules, if there is any disruptive behavior on board a flight, whether before taking off, during the flight, or after the flight has landed, it has to be reported to DGCA. Either the crew can inform immediately via telephone, or it can be reported within 12 hours of flight landing. Now, some will ask, was it that big an incident to be reported to DGCA? It was a mistake as it is being claimed. Well, according to the Air Safety Circular issued by the DGCA in 2015, it talks about voluntary reporting of the actual or potential safety deficiencies, including hazards, threats, and occurrences.
See, it is not IndiGo staff. They have to file an incident report. I mean, the flight has been delayed by 2 hours. Okay, so they have to file a safety report because an emergency exit door has been opened. And it is yeah, if the emergency exit door is open, it is a reportable incident. It is a safety violation because it is like interfering with the safety of the aircraft, which is a serious matter. They should have filed it immediately. Just because he's an MP, they can't just sweep it under the carpet.
Now, question number 3. What action does the DGCA take after it comes to know about such incidents? There is a DGCA rule or manual for this as well. This one is from 8th of September 2017. It talks about dealing with unruly passengers. Unruly passenger is defined as a passenger who fails to respect the rules of conduct at an airport or on board an aircraft, or to follow the instructions of the airport staff or crew members, and thereby disturbs the good order and discipline at an airport or on board the aircraft. Such a passenger is deboarded, FIR is filed against him, there is an internal committee investigation that is initiated against the passenger. The committee then has to decide on the matter within 30 days, and in the meantime the airline can take a decision to put the flyer on a no-fly list for maximum to 30 days. So there is this established elaborate procedure to deal with such events.
DGCA, the civil aviation requirement specifies that if somebody opens the emergency door or they open with anything which interferes with the safety of the passengers, action has to be taken. I feel he should be put on no-fly list.
Now here the allegation is that no action was taken against Tejasvi Surya. So that prompts question number 4. Was the action not taken because Tejasvi Surya is a high-profile politician, and that too from the ruling party? Now, if we have to find the answer to this, we have to look at past incidents of similar nature. In February 2017, passenger on board an IndiGo plane to Chandigarh opened the emergency evacuation slide of the aircraft before the takeoff from Mumbai on Friday, resulting in injury to a co-passenger. The airline lodged an FIR against the passenger. In another incident, the same year in the month of July, a man tried to open emergency exit door before landing at Ranchi. The man was handed over to the police. In March 2021, a man tried to open emergency exit mid-air on board Delhi to Varanasi flight. He was subdued and restrained to his seat. After landing, he was handed to the local police by CISF and SpiceJet security staff. In September 2011, when a passenger, now in this case, inadvertently opened the emergency exit door on board a Kingfisher Airlines flight to Delhi, the crew deplaned the passenger and handed him over to the airport authorities. Now that the incident is out, Tejasvi Surya so far has not reacted to it, but opposition has slammed the BJP MP. This incident also prompts us to ask this question: if it would have been a common man like me and you, would we also be treated the same way? Would we also be let off with just an apology letter, or was this courtesy extended to Surya because he's a VIP? Do let us know what you think about this in the comment box below. For more news and updates, you can log on to www.hwnews.in. Also, before I end this video, if you find the content that we bring to you worth your while, please consider subscribing to us. Go to our website www.hwnews.in/subscribers. You will find multiple subscription options. Take the plan that suits your budget and pay us, because when you pay, you help independent media not only to survive but also thrive. Thank you so much.
Now be the first to know about the latest updates on our new news app. Go on your Android or iOS, search for HW News Network. Download our app, choose the language you prefer to get updates in, and be up to date with the latest news.